Welcome to Brain Booster. Ever wondered how fast a grizzly bear can run? You might be surprised. Despite their seemingly lumbering frames, these creatures can hit speeds up to 35 miles per hour in short bursts. That's why it's always advised to never try to outrun a grizzly bear. These magnificent beasts range from 3 to 9 feet in length and can stand an imposing 8 feet tall on their hind legs. Adult grizzlies typically weigh between 700 and 800 pounds, though some males can tip the scales at a whopping 1,700 pounds. Found in North America, grizzlies are a subspecies of the brown bear, scientifically known as Ursus arctos. They are often referred to as brown bears, but the North American grizzly bear has its own scientific moniker, Ursus arctos horribilis. There are also the Kodiak grizzly, Ursus arctos middendorfi, and the peninsular grizzly, Ursus arctos gaius. Remember, never try to outrun a grizzly bear, they are faster than they look. Once common across the western US, the grizzly bear population took a drastic hit, but why? You may wonder. The answer lies in a combination of human encroachment, habitat loss, and overhunting. These majestic creatures, once widespread across the western United States, saw their numbers dwindle dramatically over the course of the 20th century. By 1975, the grizzly population had been eliminated from a staggering 98% of its original range in the lower 48 states. Recognizing the dire situation, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service stepped in and classified the grizzly as a threatened species. This classification brought with it a host of protective measures and conservation efforts aimed at halting and eventually reversing the decline of the grizzly population. These efforts included the creation of protected habitats, restrictions on hunting, and programs to mitigate human-bear conflicts. So, how successful have these efforts been? Well, while the grizzly bear is still considered a threatened species, the situation has improved somewhat. Over the past few decades, the grizzly population has seen a slow yet steady increase. Today, it's estimated that there are approximately 1,500 to 1,700 grizzlies living in 5 separate populations across the continent. However, it's important to remember that these numbers, while encouraging, are still a far cry from the grizzly bear's historical population levels. And while there's been talk of possibly removing the grizzly from the endangered species list due to these population increases, many experts caution against such a move. Continued conservation efforts are still needed to ensure the grizzly's survival and to keep their numbers from falling again. So yes, the grizzly bear population has seen some recovery, and that's something to be celebrated. But there's still work to do. Conservation is an ongoing effort, one that requires the commitment and dedication of all of us. So let's continue to do our part to ensure that these magnificent creatures have a future. Thanks to conservation efforts, the grizzly bear population has seen some recovery. But there's still work to do. Grizzly bears are not just big, they are strong, and they have a quite varied diet. So what makes them so mighty? Well, one distinctive feature of the grizzly bear is the hump on its shoulders. This hump isn't just for show, it's pure muscle. It powers the bear's front legs, allowing it to hit speeds up to 35 miles per hour for short bursts. This muscle also serves a practical purpose, assisting grizzlies as they dig winter dens in their rocky mountain habitats. Their added forelimb strength helps grizzlies dig through dirt and brush to search for insects, plants, and roots. But those strong front limbs aren't just for digging dens and foraging, they're also essential for a grizzly's diet. You might be surprised to learn that grizzly bears are omnivores, meaning they eat a mix of plants and meat. They have a voracious appetite and will eat anything from roots and grasses to berries and nuts, and even fish and rodents. Depending on their habitat and the season, they'll eat the most plentiful foods available. In fact, grizzlies are only active for 6 to 8 months each year, so they need to consume a lot of calories to store enough fat to make it through winter. Yes, you heard it right. Grizzlies use the fat stores they build up in summer and fall to provide the energy they need to survive several months of winter in their dens. While they are not considered true hibernators, grizzlies spend winter in a state of torpor. They are able to awaken if necessary, but primarily remain in their cozy dens without eating, drinking, or eliminating waste. These eating habits and the hump on their back are just part of what makes grizzly bears such fascinating creatures. They are a force to be reckoned with in the wild, using their size and strength to survive and thrive. Grizzly bears may be big, but they use their size and strength to survive in the wild. Grizzly bears have a unique way of communicating, and their reproduction cycle is fascinating. The cycle of life for grizzlies is a remarkable journey. Female grizzly bears, or sows, typically have their first cubs between the ages of 4 and 7, following a gestation period that spans from 180 to 266 days. These cubs are born incredibly small, blind, and helpless, weighing just about 1 pound at birth. The protective sow stays inside the den with her cubs for several months, providing them with the warmth and care needed to grow strong. Once outside the den, the mother grizzly continues to nourish and safeguard her cubs for 2 to 3 years. She remains a fierce protector, not breeding again until her cubs have set off on their own paths, a testament to the powerful bond formed during these formative years. Now let's turn to how grizzlies communicate. Much of their dialogue is nonverbal, expressed through body language. When a grizzly bear is agitated, it swings its head back and forth, making snorting sounds, even clacking its teeth. But there's more to their communication than just body language. Grizzlies also use scent marking as a means to convey messages. They rub against trees, leaving their unique scent behind as a signal to other bears of their presence. From their body language to their scent markings, grizzly bears have a lot to say. Grizzly bears are truly remarkable creatures. Their impressive size and surprising speed, combined with their unique muscular structure and omnivorous diet, make them a fascinating species to study. Despite facing significant population decline, efforts have been successful in their recovery. They communicate in ways that reflect their complex social structures, and their reproduction is a testament to their enduring resilience. So next time you think of a grizzly bear, remember, they're faster than they look, stronger than they seem, and more complex than you might imagine. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.